Ba-da-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Hello. Hopefully this. Oh, where's my mic? There we go. Okay, it scrolled up and I couldn't see the audio levels, so it looked like I had no audio. Hopefully I have audio. Do I? Well, I'm just gonna assume that that's good. I can have audio. Do I? Or I do have audio. Okay, I just confirmed that on YouTube. I was afraid I'd get double audio. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday the 13th again. Everything's a little bit busted up. You can see I got some boxes over there. Pretty sparse office. I haven't finished moving in yet. So for those of you who aren't aware, which is probably most people, I am Jum Jumington, former CEO of Jumington Dynamics. We are bankrupt, as you may have heard, and under investigation from many state and federal agencies for a variety of problems. It's all relatively minor, my legal team assures me. I'm not at liberty to discuss a lot of that, but what I can say is that, yes, it is true that I was horribly disfigured in an accident involving some of our equipment. But after 15 months in a coma and several $100 million in reconstructive surgery, I'm here. The doctor said the swelling will go down eventually. I'm not entirely convinced, but you just got to make the best of what they give you. And if you got to go through life with a head full of all kinds of fluids and screws and stuff, that's just the way it is. So we have lost everything at Jumington Dynamics. Many of our QA team members have mysteriously vanished, which does save us a lot of money on potential severance lawsuits. Not to be gauche, but the only reason I'm able to stream right now is because I still have access to the Jumington Dynamics Auxiliary Hazardous Chemical Storage Facility, which is where I am right now in a converted storage closet. And the reason we're able to keep it is due to some legal wrangling, pretty standard corporate tax stuff, where I had placed ownership of the building in the name of the night cleaners, which are the, as I found out after signing, the crew that cleans the office space in the evenings. Now, I was never in the office past 5 o'clock, so when they handed these documents to sign, I thought these night cleaners, they were made up. I didn't think they were real. I didn't think they actually existed. And I figured it would just revert back to my ownership should anything happen. But that was not the case. They are, in fact, very real and very angry at being out of a job. So I am in this building that I was able to get access to, thankfully, due to my horrible disfigurement and reconstruction. They don't know who I am. So around here, I go by the name of Jimmy Pavarotti. And as far as I know, as far as they know, I'm just a drifter looking for a place to keep warm at night. Now, they are busy in the building, stripping out all of the copper wiring that they can get a hold of and selling any equipment and so on. So, you know, we may have some disturbances as they rip up the place, but I have to be here now, not just because I like to have a nice place to stay and still under the delusion that I might rebuild my company someday. I just might. But we have several, well, let's just call them exotic materials that we use in the manufacture of our products. And they have to be stored properly. Otherwise, it could be quite disastrous for, well, for me, legally speaking. I don't know what the rest of it is. A lot of wildlife wiped out and potentially loss of human life. I'm not sure. But anyway, I had to be here to take care of all of that. And, you know, it's pretty boring just sitting there staring at the monitors all day and hoping for the best and trying to avoid the worst. So I figured while I'm here, I might as well just get back to my age-old passion and enjoy some video games. And that's what I'm going to do. I got a list a mile wide because most of my life I've ever either been in one of two places. I've either had time, but no money, and money, but no time, So yeah, I either could afford to buy every damn video game on the shelf and never have time to play any of them, or I couldn't afford to buy any video games, and I would just play whatever one I happen to have from the last time I had money endlessly on repeat. So I'm trying to catch up now. I'm an old man now. My eyes, prosthetic though they may be, are not the highest quality, and someday I may lose them entirely. So, you know, I would like to get this stuff out of the way now. I'd like to get these games enjoyed now before the worst happens. And of course, you know, these things could explode, and that'd be the end of everything anyway. But enough about that. And please, you know, no questions about the company. I'm under strict orders. I can't speak to any of the potential criminal liability. And in fact, I got a court date next week. So let's just get into the game here. Whoa. There, good. Yes. Whoa. You know, I actually had like this transition I was really excited about, cooked up, in about 10 minutes maybe before the stream started. Drop this audio down a little bit. 10 minutes or so about before the stream started, I realized that it didn't process correctly, and you just weren't going to see anything. So I'm just here fading. So a little before I jump right into this game, I've got plenty of time. Well, I've got about 3 hours until midnight, and then it's no longer Friday the 13th. And if I should do that, it really doesn't count towards my record. But I've got some time. So I didn't really give myself a deadline. I'm working on this stuff, getting the streaming set up, getting my office set up here, getting all the equipment, getting everything together, right? But apparently I wasn't working on the right stuff, because when it actually came to start, it was like, oh, wait, I have to make thumbnails. I need branding on my YouTube page. I don't have any of this. I don't have anything prepared. I just never set a deadline for myself. It was like, you know, I'll get around to it. Maybe next month, you know, no hard dates. And then that just let me keep sliding it off in perpetuity and get busy with other stuff. Until this month, when I thought, it's October, it's great. You know, around Halloween, I could stream some horror games. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Maybe like the 3rd, maybe the 4th. Let's just the 4th week of October. And then I looked at the calendar and realized that this week, the Friday the 13th is in this month. And Friday the 13th in October, you know, how can I mess that up? It's going to be years before I have another Friday the 13th in October. So I've been busting my rear, like running around, digitally busting it. No real physical labor involved. Been running around, trying to learn how to do all these things that I've been putting off doing, and just focusing on like, well, what if I made the edge of this 3D model just a little bit sharper? Yeah, I really wasted a lot of time. I get lost in the weeds a lot. And so this week I had to really scramble to get anything put together. And every point where I thought, yeah, I'm okay. I think we're going to be okay. I'm going to get this done. I'd go back and look and find out about 10 other things, like, oh, no, I don't have any of this. I don't have a screen transition. Oh, I don't have a loading screen. Oh, what am I going to do? So yeah, so it is what it is. But we're gonna make the best of it, and I'm gonna enjoy this, and hopefully you will enjoy watching. So this is my annual tradition, some annual-ish, because usually you get like, you know, sometimes you get 13th out of a year, and I don't. The future will decide whether or not I stream on all of them or not. But every Friday the 13th, solo, just for myself, I will pull out Friday the 13th for the NES and play through it. And this isn't like a hard rule, but I will say I only play this game on Friday the 13th, just because I usually get busy with other stuff, and I just can't, you know, pile taller than I am, taller than a tall building. It's very tall. I have a tall pile of games I'd like to get through, so I can't just keep playing this game over and over again on the daily, as much as I'd like to, and I probably should, because only playing it on Friday the 13th means that I barely remember where anything is or what's going on with the game from playthrough to playthrough. Your content content without providing engagement for you. Without providing engagement, you scum. Those people better go back and get another YouTube accounts and hit subscribe. Put some likes on this video. Or not. I can't do anything. Except, you know, I could find you. No, I can't. I don't have those resources anymore. All those people left the company. Anyway, so let's get into Friday the 13th and see if I can quite possibly beat it. I've never beaten this game. I got to be honest, a lot of times in the past, when I pulled this game out to play, you know, there would be some alcohol involved. And so I'd only get, like, on a good night, like 1 or 2 attempts before it was just all over. And then when I'm streaming, of course, it's like, you know, I'm only going to get 1 or 2 attempts before people are bored or I get bored. But I'm going to go for the gusto. I'm going to go for it tonight. I remember some stuff. I don't remember why it does this. Why I get it. So, here we are in the layout of Friday the 13th for the Nintendo Entertainment System. A game that is almost, but not quite, as old as I am. And we have the delicious map of Crystal Lake. Now, we got our pick of the litter here, but that's really a lie because all of these people, except for Mark and Chrissy, they're all pretty awful. And I hate to say it, I think Paul may be the worst. He's just very slow, and speed is of the essence. Where's Chrissy? This is going to start off with Mark. So what I've tried to do in the past is employ a couple tactics to get a torch. And normally you have to find a lighter. And yes, use the torch to light the fireplaces. It's not a torch, it's a lighter. I guess in some, you know, I was gonna say language is language. In some parts of the world there's a lighter. They would call a lighter a torch. Or actually no, would they? It's like a flashlight, isn't it? Oh no. Side of the cabin there. Alright, we'll keep going right and get counterclockwise. Yeah. That's one thing I remember. I keep going right. Counterclockwise. Oh! Is it a big house? I think this is a big house. I might have a fireplace one here. If there's a fireplace in here. I didn't even notice this was a big house. It's not a big house. Okay. Is that Paul? Yeah, you know, Paul, you're gonna die. Now, if you switch to a house that Jason is in, and if you can get out of the house without encountering Jason, meet him on the road. This may be the end. Okay, I'm just gonna go change back to Mark. And make my way downtown. With this lighter. So jumping around is what makes items appear. It's just base mechanics. You need those keys for some of this forest. You need the keys to get into a couple of doors of the cabin. So it's good to have them. And there's specific parts on the... Go into one of the cabins by the lake. And that's a note that is... fireplace. Alright, that's lit. I've never actually done this. I years ago found some guy that was like, oh, you just skip all that stuff. Reduce your game volume with that. Oh, yes. Sorry, I set this earlier, and then I forgot that I reset the thing, and it reset the levels. Let's put about, I don't know that there. How's that? How's that sound good? Being inattentive here. Try and move this chat so I can see it better. It's my first big stream. I've streamed like twice before. I didn't know what I was doing then either. I don't know what I'm doing now. Please give me time. Better. All right. I can go lower. I can go all the way low. All right. Well, I moved it over so I can see it better now. So, there's a knife. Oh, I can't. Nope. I didn't mean to go into that. I have a lot of trouble with D-pads here. Oh, Jason's right there. So anyway, the point of all this is that you're trying to get a better weapon to do damage to Jason. I think I got time. Do damage to Jason. The torch is one of the best weapons in the game, if not the best. The only other weapon that does as much damage is the pitchfork. The pitchfork's kind of a pain to get. I think you have to kill Jason's mom twice for it. Keep going left. So there's a lot of people now going in this house, and thank you. Now we're gonna fight Jason in Punchout mode, and a lot of people will say that you're better off fighting him outside. And I think he does less damage if you fight him outside. And I got to time this right. I always have the timing off. Oh, getting good timing now. So not when he hits you. If you wait until he gets in front of you and swings, and then go for it then, that's too slow. You'll dodge it, but no. No, this is what I want. You gotta fight him. You gotta get his life down. If you dodge him, oh my god, I just completely derailed my brain here. If you dodge him as soon as you possibly can, you know what I mean? Like, you want it so that you're going back into attack position just after his fist would have hit you, because it gives you the most time to hit him with a knife or whatever weapon you're using. So I got that big cabin. Two big cabins. Another strategy you can use to get a weapon that is probably better off with like lesser characters that you're not going to use, because you can juggle the characters around here. I've tried doing that in the past. It just causes me trouble. This is not like, this run's not going great. I'm being too slow. But you can like juggle the other characters around and try to get everybody weapons and get everyone with the vitamin jar, the red potion, I don't think it's worth that. There's a machete hidden somewhere in the cave. I don't want to go in the cave. There's a neat trick in the caves. If I had the torch, I would probably go in there and fight Jason's mom, who is basically Medusa from Castlevania. But I don't have the torch yet. Ah! Got me with the jumping. I'm gonna loop around to the other one, to this house here. It is a problem if you're jumping. You see all these knives I'm picking up. If you have the torch, and you come back, oh, vitamins. No, my juice. There we go. The stuff usually shows up in the same approximate place. So if you have it mapped out, which I don't used to have a map. I don't have one anymore. I don't know what I did with it. Stored it somewhere that I can't find. If you have a map, there's like a known location of all the items. You could just go jump around if you need something. But you want to be careful. What I was getting at is you want to be careful when you're jumping around once you get a good weapon, because if you hop through the air and a knife pops up and you land on the knife, that knife will replace your weapon. You do not have a choice. And that blows. You can find a torch in one of the cabins by the lake. Well, let's go into the lake. Oh, vitamins. Get that juice. Those vitamins don't heal you that much. Where are you? He's in the lake. Like the worst place to be. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk getting another fireplace lit. See, because I haven't done this, I don't remember like how you get when you get the torch. Because the other method is you kind of speed run, cheat the game in order to make the torch appear inside a cabin in the woods without lighting all this stuff. Oh, there it is. Now I have the torch. Well, that answers that. So one downside of the torch is you can only throw one, and it lies on the ground there, as you just saw. And if stuff walks into it, you know, it's probably going to die. So there's a knife. Could have jumped into that. I hate these things so much. Ah! Yeah, potions don't heal that much, and you can't heal yourself with a potion. Vitamins, whatever you want to call it, the red juice, Jason's blood that we're all drinking because we're actually secretly in a cult, probably. It doesn't heal you that much, and you can't heal yourself. So you have to have the dude, whoever picks it up, be in a cabin. This is what I remember. I may be wrong. I'm not an expert on this game. I may seem like it. I've like hasty memories of this stuff, but you can't heal yourself. You have to have someone else has to have it and use it to heal you. But if you have it on your person and you lose all your health, you'll prevent you from dying. You'll get a little bit of health back. So having these is just like an insurance policy. So the goal here is to get. Oh, there we go. There we go. To get Jason's health all the way down. So yeah, too slow. There we go. He'll only stick around till he takes like loses 7 health or something like that. It doesn't take that much to chase him out of the house, unless his health is below a certain threshold, and then he won't stop fighting until either you die or he dies. And a lot of people, what I was saying earlier, a lot of people will argue that you're better off fighting him outside, because you take less damage per hit outside, and if you do it right, when he runs off screen, you could just keep chasing after him and nailing him for stuff. The problem is that you can't effectively dodge his attacks and still fight outside, because it's, you know, a side scroll and beat him up at that point. He's just throwing stuff everywhere and you know, jazzing out all over the screen. But if you're inside, you know, you're in Punchout mode. You just gotta bob and weave. All right. I just gotta get out of here. I hate the lake. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, almost. All right, where are you? Down this way. Oh, man, I had a big mob of those. Dang it. I gotta watch the jumping, but I don't want to like eat up all my time. And of course, I just passed the house. Get out of here. I should keep saying like, well, you just gotta pass it. Oh, here's, you know, well, that's Chrissy. Chrissy's also very good. So what if I pass this to Chrissy? Well, this might be very good. I mean, Mark's pretty good on, well, he's okay on health. I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna change to Chrissy. Now Chrissy will fight with the torch. And see, I can't do anything. He can't pass the potion. I don't think so. I don't think you can pass that. And Cure won't do anything, because I don't have any vital juices. But I don't want him to lose any more health. Nope. Timed it wrong. Timed it wrong. Oh, got me with a double hit. You always think that looks like a toothbrush. And it wasn't until a movie I was watching a Japanese movie last night, the Inagami Family. It's just a really good murder mystery. It wasn't until I was watching that the other night that I realized that that's like a Japanese like wood saw and not like an American axe, which is why it looks so odd. At least that's my understanding. Go with Mark because Mark's got the juice. All right. So in theory, he should be rolling right. But that probably means he's going to go into the lake. It gets weird. Jason usually goes counterclockwise on the map. Right? And even if you don't run into him on the road, you can dip into a house and you might catch him in there, which is what I'd prefer. He runs counterclockwise on the map, except for, I don't know if he does it in the lake. And he might shortcut through the woods and skip some houses. But I think around the caves, which is on the left side of the screen there, that big rocky chunk, I think in the caves he goes the opposite direction. I think he goes clockwise on that. So in theory, if I follow this way, I will either run into Jason. Dang it. Trying to avoid jumping. Okay, it's not in here. I'll either avoid Jason or die by these zombies. I thought I heard him. I thought I heard the beep. I'll either run into Jason on the road or find him in one of these houses. I'm going to leave this area and then go out. So another strategy for finding a good weapon is that you can kill something like 50 or 100 of those zombies and a machete will appear. And the machete's a pretty good mid-range thing. And you're going to kill a lot of those things just in the course of running through the game. So it's not bad if you're in a pinch and you need to get something quick. Anything's better than the rock, even a knife. You want to do as much damage to Jason as possible whenever you attack him. At least that's my understanding. You also want to get as much done before night falls. Because more zombies show up and the birds and everything. Maybe I should go to the caves and see if I can take on Mrs. Voorhees. I might risk that. I think that might be a second day thing. Do you loop like all the way back around here? Let's see. 1, 2, the next house, the house after that. Now I can't remember which days to fight Mrs. Voorhees. I think the second day should be... Nope, next one. I always get tangled up on this. I lose count. Like, ooh, forget which houses I'm going to. All right. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to pass this off to Laura. So each of the other counselors are in some way worse. They're either slower, they have a slower rate of fire. It really doesn't affect you, that I remember, in these kind of fights. Mark and Chrissy are fast, they jump fast, they shoot pretty fast. Although one of the characters, I think, has a much higher rate of fire. But I don't remember who. He's in here. He's in here. Whoa! Oh! Getting tricky on me. Get him! Get him! All right. Yep. Yep. All right. He's close. He's very close. If I met him on the road now, I could probably take him today, and all my health will get restored in the following day. And I think that you go to... I think if you go fight Jason's mom on the first day, you get a sweater. And then the second day is a pitchfork. And I don't know what, if anything, you get on the third day. Nothing that's worth it. I'm going to go back to Mark. Pass the torch, literally. I wish I could pass that protein powder. Okay, so in theory, he's going counterclockwise, unless I'm completely misremembering this stuff. Okay, if he was in the house, he would immediately get Jasoned. You'd immediately see that life bar. Okay, not there. He's probably, I swear to God, he's going back in that lake. I hate that lake so much. I hate traversing that lake. You get these things popping out of the lake. You got the birds. Oh, here he is. Yep, that was one of my potions. So I lost one potion, but I got him. Got him. So that's something you can, if you know the route he's taken, you can counter him on the road. I remember being a kid, and like that was like when the screen stopped scrolling. Because you know that's when you know that Jason is there. When the screen stopped scrolling, it was like pure terror. Not, here's the thing, like horror games, horror games, the fear they cause in the game version to me is not so much, it's not like a real fear. It's like a stress thing, right? At least a lot of them in my mind. There's some that give you a good spook, jump scare type of stuff, but a lot of horror games express fear as tension, right? It's not that this goofy looking PS1 graphic zombie is really scary looking, but it's the tension of one unexpectedly popping out and wrecking you when you have like no bandages and one sliver of health and you're out of bullets and you're just trying to make it to the next room. It's that. So anyway, like as a kid, like I would get just like, oh man, because I had no idea what to do about it. I would never knew how to find any weapons. I didn't know how to get anything in the game or how anything worked. I was a stupid child. What can I say? And encountering Jason, I don't even know why I was playing it, because it was like the whole point is you have to kill Jason. And I just wander around like hoping that I would never see him, because then I'd see him and it's just like, I'm just going to die now. I can't do any damage to him. I'm just going to die. Oh, I went down the wrong pipe there. And my delicious can of Jumington Dynamic meat slurry here. Sometimes little bits of it get kind of stuck in there. Now I have to take another sip. Don't you love it when you take a sip of some nice, delicious fluid to moisten up your throat, all right? And then you're too eager when you're drinking it, and it goes down the wrong pipes, and you start coughing, which then makes your throat scratchy. And then it's like, oh, I gotta get more of that liquid. That's some kind of scam there. You get stuck in an infinite loop where you're just gradually destroying your vocal cords and flooding your body with who knows what: coffee, soda, water, tea, meat juice. Delicious. Watch out, Jason's still alive and stronger than before. So Jason's day 2 tactics, each day his attacks get a little bit faster. It's not entirely true. Jason has 2 modes, 2 speeds of attack, and then the second day it's mixed mode, where he keeps you guessing, right? You gotta watch his feet, you gotta watch that foot play real carefully, because he'll attack you slow like day 1, and then as soon as you put your guard down, it gets in there. Right with those jabs, attack twice as fast, and it really throws off your timing for dodging. He also attacks twice a lot more, from what I have noticed. So we should come back with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. And he should have full health. I gotta hop around a little bit, maybe, to find some more bottles. I'm just gonna start circling the camp. In a clockwise fashion, which means going left. Yeah. And then I'm gonna see who I run into, and maybe if I run into some potions. It's tricky. It's dangerous now, because I have to jump to get them. Now, what I could do is I could go off with another character and collect potions on the hopes that I heal. But then, say I don't really want to use them for healing because it doesn't really heal that much. You're better off keeping them on your person. All right, better off keeping them on your person. So that should. Oh man, got me. So this is a machete. I don't want the machete. I can't give that to somebody else. You can't hold two weapons. Just poking around. So I got two of them. I used one last time. If I'm careful, I could be okay. I think I'm going to go try and battle Mrs. Voorhees. The severed head of Mrs. Voorhees. Oh! Wait, can I just... I think it's just like a one-time thing. Maybe wrong. Oh! Oh, he's on the lake. If I can get to a small house, which I just want to go left here, get to a small house, I can change out to somebody else who's closer to the lake. In theory. This always messes me up because I leave this guy here and he won't be here when I want to come back. But I can go into here and switch off. Nobody will be in the cabins on the lake. Chrissy's there. She's quick. Debbie. Come on, Debbie. I'm going to send Debbie. I may be dooming myself to failure. I'm going to send Debbie. Debbie is going to get on the lake. She's got nothing. If I do some bebopping and scatting, maybe I can get a rock. Oh, God. This was a mistake. This was a terrible, terrible mistake. She may be slow. I was gonna say she may be slow, but it's not gonna be that bad. But, there's 4 children here. Debbie, you're a hero. You saved the day, Debbie. I'm afraid you probably have to die now. The blood sacrifice. Oh! Yep, he's getting quick. See, he slowed it up. Oh, this is intense. Oh, Debbie's dead. I kind of knew that was going to happen. I thought I'd take a chance. I didn't want Chrissy to die. You see what's happened there? He speeds up, and he gets you with a double hit, and you have to have precise timing for that. That's part of why people say you're better off meeting him in the road, because you'll take hits, but you'll take less damage per hit. Where is Mark? Okay. Let's continue our journey with Mark. Immediately, back at the lake house, or is he just not left, I guess, is better. It's better to say he just didn't leave. All right, now I gotta send Chrissy. Meeting that blood sacrifice was kind of pointlessly cruel. I'm sorry, Debbie. Can I get a knife? Can I get a knife? I would like a knife. I should have switched over and got a knife sooner. I don't know. It sounds like I picked something up. I don't know what. Ah! Yes, I hear you. Looking for that knife. No knife? Alright. I guess I just gotta... I'm getting chewed up by zombies out here. You really gotta practice at these games to get good at them. I'm gonna go this way. I always get mixed up on that. I always get mixed up in every direction in this game. Even the directions that seem that they would be very logical, like which end of the lake you get on. Oh, the lighter. That's what I picked up. That's not going to help me. That's not going to help me at all. Check this real quick here. Excellent condition. All right, I gotta check the streams. I'm nervous. I've never streamed from this location before. I've streamed from home, never at the office, and with the night cleaners ripping everything out, I'm not really sure, how stable things are. Things could fall apart at any moment. There's a funny story about that. While I take a breather here, I don't think Jason can do any harm while he's just hovering somewhere in the house, waiting. You know that classic horror movie shtick where he's just like in a closet or bathroom waiting for someone to find him, and then what happens if nobody goes back there and he's just going to stand there waiting forever? He's a supernatural menace. He's got nowhere else to be. He really doesn't care. He could just stand there for all time. He could stand there till we're all dead of old age. He'd probably be fine with that. But while he's waiting in the darkness, so I when I decided I wanted to start streaming, and I decided this a while ago, usually like during the court case, I would think about it a lot while depositions were going on and asking questions that I had been instructed not to answer. I thought I'd really like to stream. And so I put together a computer with some of the revenue pre-bankruptcy. I managed to harvest some of that for research purposes. And I managed to put together a computer. It's not the highest spec, but it's pretty decent for the time, which is like a year ago now. And it's better than the computer that I use at home, that I do all of my video rendering and 3D work and all stuff that requires a decent CPU, but more than that, like a good GPU. Everything's running off of GPUs. The GPU in this computer is better than the one I do at home. And for some reason, I've never bothered to install any of that software on this computer to do rendering on this computer. And a lot of the stuff that I'm rendering is going to be used solely on this computer. So I'm stuck waiting for, 14,400 frames to render from Blender. And I just have to do them in batches because like, well, I gotta go to sleep. I can't have this thing going, it doesn't sound quite like that, but you get it. I don't know how. I don't want to wreck everybody by blowing in this microphone. I don't imagine it would sound great. This isn't an ASMR mic. It's not one of those expensive fake head microphones. Glug glug. It's good. Yeah, so I really after the stream, between now and the next stream, I really got to get some of that software set up on this better computer to hopefully render things faster. Because, yeah, especially today, like I'll use this video. I've got this video. It's got pre-rendered alpha, and I could just make a transition out of that. The alpha didn't render. I didn't render it properly. I could run back and hit render real quick, but that's gonna take another 40 minutes, and I've only got 15 minutes. Yeah, I should have the stuff on here. I can actually fix this stuff when it breaks. All right, back into it. Back into the mix. What's gonna have this time? Wow. Oh. Sneaking in those double hits. He is doing a lot of damage. I won't argue that. So I guess it's do you have enough health to stand there and tank it in the streets while you dish out enough damage? If you have a good weapon, machete or better, machete, torch, pitchfork, I think there may be another one, an axe. I don't know. The axe is probably not worth it, I guess, because I never remember anybody talking about it really. But if you got enough to tank it out in the streets, then probably better then. But if I can ever get back to Mark, oh God, this is just like they'll swoop up right underneath you. Get out of here. Back to the house. If I can get back to Mark. I always hit the wrong button. Get back to Mark. Maybe get inside the cave there. Maybe take... Oh, it's night now. Whoa! So there is a flashlight that you can get to see in here, because there is like a background to this stuff, but you can't see it. You need a flashlight, or is there something else that does it? No, I think it's just a flashlight. Doesn't do anything else in the game. But if you look very closely, the difference between these two rocks here, and these rocks, every time like the music transitions, I think I hear the sound. The difference between those rocks and these, you can see like these broken up rocks. That's where a door is. So we're gonna go in here. Nope. Come on. Oh, got it. Nope, don't leave. Take that. The sweater, the RGB sweater. We're gaming now. We're gaming. Woo. I took quite a bit of damage off of that. You know, thank God I got some potions here. Sorry, I can't help that. Making that noise every time I gotta take a drink of water. So now I got my RGB gamer sweater, and the RGB gamer sweater will reduce all damage to half, and in some instances, depending on what kind of damage. Oh, that is right there too. This may be good, it may be bad. Depending on what you're being attacked, I think like the birds potentially can't even hurt you anymore. Did I go the wrong way? No, I just miscounted houses. Get out of my fucking way. I've got 3 potions here, so I can survive some of this fight, but I also do a decent amount of damage. So I think I can take him. I think I've got a better chance that. But if Mark dies, well, he dies. Oh, tanked that one real hard. All right, I chased him out of here. I'm doing bad. I'm doing real bad. I'm hurt real bad now. Yeah, I'm my own skill notwithstanding, which is pretty weak. I have a lot of trouble finding controllers in this modern age that have D-pads that aren't too sensitive, so that the way you fight it, you hold down and then you hit left or right. If you're not holding down and you hit left or right, he will move to the left or right. And sometimes I have a lot of controllers that if you are holding down but you wiggle just a little bit, it'll consider it left. And that's not real bad if it's down and left, but some of them give up on the down. You're holding down and it wiggles a little bit and it's like, oh, I guess you wanted to go left instead. So you like end up dipping over a little bit. Now I'm going to keep going to the side. I've got 2 potions and see if I can dish out some damage. And he may die. He may die. Get out my way. No, wait. He goes the other way. Let's see if I can catch up with him on the road or find the next house he goes into. Potentially. He'll probably leave this area, but I'm going to go into this house and see anyway. Okay, he's not in this house. What the hell? I was just inside this house. All right, this is gonna be tricky. This is gonna be tough. At the health that Jason is at, I don't think this is maybe not worth it for Mark. So I'm gonna. Paul can probably just straight up die and take that torch with him straight to hell. I'm just gonna change because I don't trust that. This may be a bad choice. Paul's not great. It's tense. Oh. Oh. Got him. I did do some damage. Oh, Christy's doing bad too. I gotta look this up. I gotta do some investigating here. Maybe I can find where the potions are and grab some potions and stack up. If I can stack up the potions. Oh, here's a map. Why is it so small? My eyes! I can't see crap. I'm like, ah, jeez. The caves. There's one in the cave. There's one by the house. One by the house out there. Oh, you get the you can get the torch from the cave? Something about that. You can get an axe. Get an axe on the first day from Mrs. Voorhees. That answers that. In case anyone was curious. Oh no, what happened? There we go. It hid the chat. Hid the chat. Even though the chat's very quiet. It's understandably so. You're giving me the silent treatment. Unless. A weird message on my phone. Also messages from people, somebody that I told, hey, I'm going to be doing this at 9 o'clock. And anytime this particular individual, anytime I tell them, I'm going to be busy. Like, I'm going to see a movie. The movie starts at 9. He'll call me at 9. He'll call at 9 and leave a message. And he'll be like, hey, just wondering where you are, wondering how the movie was. Like, the movie just started. He called. He called 1 hour ago, which is 9 o'clock when I told him this was started. So, I know he sits there and thinks about it. He sits and thinks, I better call before 9 o'clock, but not right now. And he'll just keep putting it off until 8:59. Like, oh no, I got to do it. It's like, I'm not going to disappear. All right. Back to what I'm doing here. So it looks like there's one by the house nearby me. In the cave. I think I got that one at the house. In the forest. I don't know. Going on the forest. Well, I think if I go into the forest briefly, there may be one right there. I would just like to have more of these. All right. Well, we'll go right with Mark. Let's see what we can get. If I can make it there without dying. In front of the other house. Get. Actually, I think the crows might not even hurt me anymore because of my RGB sweater. What kind of funky stuff does a sweater have to be made out of? Oh! No, the bird didn't even hurt me. That's good. Okay. What kind of funky stuff does a sweater have to be made out of? Yes, the prophesied return. I always knew I'd be back to be murdered by Jason over and over again. I'm glad you were able to make it. Looking out for you. Are there any more campers for you to find and enslave? Enslave? No. No. You're mostly trying to save them. Although I can get other campers. Do you mean to get other campers to go find potions to try and heal me? That is not a bad idea. If that's what you meant by enslavement. That's quite a way to put it. Oh no, where is he? He's in the lake house. I'm not going. Look at that. Getting chewed up here. Christy's looking rough, but she's right there. Laura survived. George. I like that. I like George's face. Everybody else, like Mark, is just kind of like, hey, I'm Mark. I'm very flexible, and I jump very high, and I run very fast. He looks slim. He looks like he's got a beanpole build. But George is a big guy. He's just so excited to be there. I'm not gonna wheel him out, I don't think. Well, let me consult my map here. Let me consult my secret map here. Well, it looks like there's a potion right around outside of his house. So maybe I could get George to go out and grab that potion real quick, see if it's there. All right. And then grab another one on the way to the, I can't show you my cursor right now. I'm gonna grab the big house that's just to the north of George. There's a potion that may be out there. Yeah, let's call some potions too. I just refuse to call it a potion. It's not it's a summer camp. Step 1 to defeating Jason. Invent slavery. If it works, it works. So I can get to the house north of me, go into the lake, and go up to that house. There's potions around there. Then I can go from that small house and shift out to somebody else. And then Mark can come to him and get healed up. Although it doesn't heal that much. George may just die. Because he's very slow. Alright. In theory, there might be a potion around here. But I'm pretty sure I already picked that one up. Oh! Juke him! Anything around there? Nothing there. I should have taken that path. I'm going to go into this house. I just couldn't get in. I almost dodged him. I was like ready to impress. It's like, guys, I'm going to get into this house. Well, George, we're going to the lake. You just keep jumping along the way. We'll see what comes of it. And nothing. Nah, come on. I got to at least get a knife or something. Oh! He's gonna get chewed up. Don't! Alright. Anything more in this path? This house? Well, there's a knife. This way, I may have already gotten. Okay. Well, whoever was in that house, it was 4 children. And they're done for. It's usually wolves in there at night. Oh, it's right in this house. I must have gotten that knife. Oh, I was hoping Chrissy was in the next house. If you can get to, let's see. I don't think. Oh, wow, they're both like right there. So if you can get into the house using this. Go into a small house, change over to a different camp counselor. If you can get to the camp counselor who's in the house that Jason is currently attacking and escape the house without encountering Jason, he will flee. He'll hit the streets. And then you're safe to get out of there. Thank you. I didn't come for you. I'm leaving. And we're good. All right. Back to George's quest. So that chased Jason out of there, which means he's on the road now, heading somewhere. And I want to make it over to the house that's left of me and hope that I find a potion. Nope. No! Why didn't that work? Oh! Well, I'll do some damage before you take me out. Okay. I don't know why I'm stuck on George. This is where I lose it in the game, because I get stuck on, like, I have a plan. That plan starts falling apart. No, my plan's not bad. My plan's a very good plan. And my plan is going to work. Oh, God. And it never is. It's never a good plan. So I think I got that one. All right. I think I'm just going to have to try to get... Now, Chrissy doesn't have... See, this is the thing. Chrissy is as good as Mark. But Chrissy doesn't have any potions. And I count, there's only a limited number of potions in here, and I think all the remaining potions are inside the forest, when I don't want to go into the forest, because when it's dark, there's wolves. And the wolves kick my butt. And everywhere that I'm looking, that I've seen, a potion could be there. I have not found a potion, because I think I already got it. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think I've used 6 potions, but I don't think I've gotten 6 potions. But Chrissy's doing a little bit better than Mark. Chrissy's at least faster. So I'm going to use her to try and dip up and grab a potion or two. Maybe I can heal Mark. Yep. All right. Take a... Riderooski. Woo. 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 So much better. So much better than the rest of these goobers. Jump faster. Jump higher. Run faster. Stick it. Oh! All right. Got the potion. I don't think anyone's... Oh, no, Jason is here. I have 1 potion. I don't want to be there. What is he doing here? It's ridiculous. Oh, there's another potion. If I can just get out of here. Not getting eaten while I was... Oh, man, there was another one. Now I don't remember how to get out of here. Let's see. Oh! All right. Back in the lake house. There are not that many children left. Someone's going to have to go. I'm going to have to go. And hope that the potions are enough to let me chase them off. because I don't think anybody else is closer enough. You. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody else left that's close enough to get in there. These hopping freaks. Ah, come on. I can't pass anything. I can't cure. I wish I could cure myself. So I've got 4 potions. It's kind of like just 4 hits. 4 slaps from Jason. Oh man. But you see, I used two potions just to survive that. Oh, I can get to Mark. I can escape the lake. Look at this nonsense. Just got to get out of the lake with my life intact. Get! Whew! Whew! Made it. All right. Gotta get to Mark. Oh, there's another one. That's good. Making good progress. Maybe Georgie boy just isn't jumping high enough. Maybe that was his problem. Wow! Took my eyes off the screen. I didn't pause it. I was like, I gotta check something. Look back. I'm getting bum rushed. All right. So, Mark should still be up there by the cave, I think. And we'll find out. Yeah. No, he's gonna be in a small house. Yay! Okay, in theory, I think he's in this house. He is! So now I can cure Mark. So Mark's got a little bit more gas in the tank. Chrissy's just about dead, but Mark has the sweater. And the torch. And he's got 3 potions. And that's probably not gonna cut it. But you know, there's only 4 children left. So it's not gonna run great here. But I'm gonna do what I can here. This is try run. This is the first run. So, you know, I can't expect to come out of semi-retirement and hit the ground, you know, immediately swinging here. Where am I even going? He was at the lake house. He's coming around the mountain when he comes. Let's hedge our bets that he's rolling this way, and I'm just gonna roll back to the right side of the screen. No, I didn't do that, but whatever. It's a good dodge to like escape the hordes by hopping in a path or going into a house, especially at night where it can get very overwhelming with the strange mud monsters. This is still a bum rush if it's done by someone who owns a home. Seriously, Jason is in the house that I just left. I gotta go back there. He's in there killing Chrissy. He followed Chrissy there. Yes, I think that it's still a bum rush if it's done by, you don't call it a homeowner rush. Look, bums can own homes, right? A bum isn't necessarily homeless, right? There's a strict definitions to these things. Now, between There's several different terms here. No. Bum, tramp, hobo. Like they all got different things. Bum's not listed in there. Try to turn someone without a fixed residence, regular employment. Okay, I guess I'm wrong. I guess you do have to be homeless to be considered a bum. That's what all of this is telling me. Derogatory term for someone without a fixed residence and regular employment. It's such a fancy way to put it. Like, I don't want to belittle people who don't have a home, but it's a fancy way. That's a very legalese way to put that. I still think it would be considered the bum's rush. They're acting like bums. In that sense. Not like someone who doesn't have a house just rushes people and attacks them. But it's a bum style. It's like tiger style, right? It's like a martial art, right? You could still call it tiger style if the guy doing fighting, or girl, if the person, the individual performing the tiger style martial art is not in fact a tiger, right? It's bum rush is just bum style. They learned it from following your bums in nature. What would be nature's bum? Like an animal. Because I know humans are part of nature, but what kind of animal would be nature's bum? I would think it'd be, I don't know if they are lacking in a home. I think it's those birds, I'm going the wrong way. Those birds that like drop their eggs in other birds' nests. Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't know. I can't think of a raccoon. How do raccoons have homes? I have some raccoons around my house. These 3 very small raccoons I'd see rolling around. Dolphins. Yeah. A lot of stuff that lives in the ocean. You could say the ocean is their home. But that's like saying, the world is my home. I live in it. The surface world, the air. Right? Do sharks have a home? I don't think so. They're just always swimming. They're just in the water, right? They don't have a home. I don't know about dolphins, but I'm pretty sure dolphins don't have a home. I think one could argue that they have a different definition then at that point. So they're not going to like construct a house and live in it. They're not going to construct a shelter, find a pool in a deep underwater cave and just kind of hover around in there. And that would be, just thinking about that thought popped in my head of just a bunch of dolphins all pointing rigidly in the same direction, like all perfectly lined up in the same direction, just floating in this cave, motionless, in the dark. And you're like cave diving for some reason. And you roll into this pool and you get your light on and there's just like, I don't know, 6 or 7 dolphins just kind of sitting there motionless in the water watching you with their cold dead eyes. I would find that terrifying. I definitely like the deep ocean, like water deep enough that's dark you can't see what's in it, right? That spooks me. And going and finding like just picturing in my mind like this dark pool with dolphins just motionless in it. Because I think that's what the eerie thing about it. They couldn't actually do that, I don't think. Just sit there frozen in the water. But if they could, like a bunch of attack submarines waiting for their orders. Anyway, let's get to this house and see if we can knock this dude. I could heal Chrissy, but Mark's doing better. So Chrissy, you are on your own today. Whoa. Oh boy, this is rough. He's mixing it up. It's keeping me guessing. Yeah. Going for the double. Oh. Ooh, barely got that one. Oh. So tense. I got him. Whew. It only cost me 1 potion. Oh, that was rough. That was rough. It just kept coming. You gotta time that so well. Maybe I would be better if I took him out on the street. I got 1 potion. He had some health, but each one of these hits deals 1 life bar off of him. It's worth a shot. I think he goes clockwise in this area, but I may be wrong. Anyway, dolphins terrifying. If I could encounter him on the road here, I think at this point I would have a better shot. How many would-be potions in this area? I want to say, I'm fairly certain they don't come back. Like once you pick them up, like that's it. There's like a finite number of all of them. No, it's all the way over there. In the lake! The worst place. I'm going to go and see who is closer to the lake. George and Laura. George and Laura, well, George seemed less bad, and he's very enthusiastic. He's very excited. He wants to be part of the team. He's making summer memories. Goodbye, George. Probably. You got a rock. Can't jump. Oh, yep. George is going to die before he even gets in there. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Go that boat, George. Your life depends on it. Oh, look out for the birds. These birds can be tricky because you have to, like, in order to avoid just rowing into them, at least for me, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Unless you're fast enough to just dodge on them. In order to avoid it, you got to, like, back off a little bit and let them drop down. But the problem is if you don't quickly hit, like, if you're going right, you hit left to back off a little bit. If you don't quickly hit right again, it will remember the last direction you ran in and throw the rock that way. So, like, I'm rowing right, a bird comes, I hit left. If I don't hit right again, he's going to throw that rock left. Bird is going to hit me. It's all over. Speaking of all over. Whoop! He's being merciful. Mysteriously. Oh, and I still biffed it. I beefed it. And he's probably still in that dang lake. Sacrifice everybody. What do you know? I swear she's throwing it faster, but there's so many of them. They're homeowner rushing me. They're renter rushing me. I can see why some people would advocate in this game. Advocate, like, dangling everybody out there to get their own torches or machetes. Because you get in a situation like this. I thought this last time too, and I think it now still. I think the key is you got to get Jason locked down on something, and then you really got to get the timing right on these Punch-Out sessions. Oh. Shouldn't have risked that. Oop. Oh. Mix up. Oh my gosh. She was so close to death. One more hit and she'd be done. You win for now. I mean, this is still like... This is the problem I have with this game. It goes through and it's like, I'm making progress. I'm doing okay. We're alive. It's not too bad. And it's like, yes, but this is like, what is that? Zeno's paradox here. Someone's paradox. Yeah, Zeno's paradox. Which is, I may have misunderstood Zeno's paradox. I'll be honest. Not that smart. Zeno's paradox is like you're pursuing something else. You're moving towards it, and you move half the distance towards it, and then you get closer again by half the distance, and that you'll never actually reach it because you're always just having the distance. You're always cutting it in half. You're like, I'm 10 feet away. Now I'm 5 feet away. Now I'm 2.5 feet away. Now I'm 1.75 feet away. And the gap is shrinking, but it never actually closes. It just keeps getting smaller, and you'll never actually reach it. I don't think that's actually really true. But that's how I feel edging towards victory here. Only worse, because I'm not even moving half the distance. Moving like a tenth of the distance. It's like moving so slowly as to be imperceptible. Let's get to a small house and give up on this young lady here. Yeah, it's all on Mark. And who knows? It's anyone's guess where Jason's going to come because he's in that lake house. I have watched videos and I have read, like, this is how Jason moves, right? I've seen so much of it. Because while I don't play the game actively when it's not Friday the 13th, I do watch videos of people playing the game and try to learn something that I usually don't remember, but I might remember vaguely. I try to learn something when I'm not playing actively. I just don't remember a lot of it. But I will say that I don't quite grasp how to nail down Jason. Because every time I think I've got it, it's like, oh, I'll just keep pursuing right. I'll usually get like 1 or 2 in, and then he's just like, he's gone. He's gone. I have no idea where he's at. I wish my health was better. Oh! Yeah, because that can burn you. A lot of people argue that the pitchfork isn't better. I have gotten the pitchfork at least once. I did get the pitchfork at least once. And like the thing with the pitchfork does the same amount of damage as the torch, but the pitchfork like flies across the entire width of the screen and will actually, if I remember correctly, it'll go through multiple enemies and one-shot them. So if you have like a horde of zombies on you, you can get them with the pitchfork and it'll just blast through all of them. And so if you get Jason on the outside and you know he's coming, you can get yourself as far away from him as possible to buy some time where he has to close the gap to throw stuff at you while you're meanwhile blasting him with like screen-wide attacks. But in order to get that, you have to face Mrs. Voorhees, Medusa Voorhees. You have to face her on the 3rd day. and she speeds up her attacks. She gets tougher, but if you face her on the second day and get the gamer sweater, you won't take as much damage. Also, if you're good, if you're skilled, oh, here he is. Oh man. You still haven't defeated Jason, and he's even stronger. Oh no! But I did beat him twice, and I get my health back. I lived. I'm not gonna make it another round. Mark's left. There's only 4 kids left, which means I gotta get all of them. But if I can get Jason locked down, if I could get him locked down, potentially I could pull this off. There's still a chance. I'm doing okay. This isn't the best. This isn't the greatest. Like, at all. But I have to go alleviate the buildup of the various fluids that I have entered into my body to keep my throat lubricated. Now I have to go get rid of those fluids. That's how the body works. I'm not a doctor, but that's how I understand it. So I'll be right back. All right. Comfort back in my chair. And of course, the first thing I do when I get back, getting rid of all those fluids, I put more fluids in. It's hot in here. It's hot. This is one of those things because I got the night cleaners unpredictably roaming about the building. I was picking up a lot of noise from the sole air duct that's in this little storage closet. I'm surprised there even is one in there. That doesn't seem ideal, but who knows? I'm no architect. But I have to cover it over temporarily. Otherwise, I will hear their horrifying voices echoing through the vents. Where did you learn those sweet breakdancing moves? It's a website called Mixamo from Adobe. It's a simulation. It's simulated moves only. If you look closely, you can tell that it is a simulated breakdance. At my age, in particular, physical state of being, if I tried to move even close to that, like I jump up the steps, jump off the curve a little too much, and I'm in agony. I think I would die. I think once I got on the ground, I might be able to do one windmill. I may be able to make one spin round, and then I would not be getting up. That would be it. You could just roll me into my coffin from the ground. I wish I could do that. You ever watch, the breakdancing movies? There's more of them than you might think. At least what I consider the breakdancing movies. But you got, I can't remember the name of the movie. I can remember the subtitle of the sequel. Electric Boogaloo. Was that? What was that movie? Breakin' and Breakin' 2. I enjoyed those, right? And there's some other more recent breakdancing movie. I mean, dancing, it wasn't so much breakdancing, it was like dancing in general. A bunch of kids like Step Up. Specifically, I want to say Step Up to the Streets had the most breakdancing-ish moves in it. Actually, I never even saw the whole movie. I just watched a bunch of clips of it online. They didn't get a dime out of me. But it had some cool breakdancing moves in it. And I always watch this stuff. I'm like, oh man, that'd be really great. And then I gotta bend over to pick something up, and it's like, oh, I heard some cracks. I felt my discs slipping, sliding. And that just sends that dream straight down the tubes. So the question now is, I have no potions left. I don't know if there are any left in the game here. I'm afraid to go into the woods because I don't really remember how to get out. I don't want to get stuck in the woods. I got no potions left, but I got the sweater. I might just be better off trying to drive him out into the streets as much as possible. I don't know if I want to risk it. Need a backiotomy? I do need a backiotomy. Well, I mean, strictly speaking, I had a backiotomy. They replaced quite a bit of me. I just don't think they used quality parts. And, several $100 million sounds like a lot of money, but this is American healthcare we're talking about. So that's like a couple Band-Aids and a, tongue depressor sewn in there. That doesn't really buy you much. I mean, they put me back together, kinda. But whoever they got these bones from they weren't doing a much better job than I was. I guess maybe if I could just make it until the next horrific disfiguring accident, assuming that somehow I can afford, independent of my now bankrupt corporation, if I could somehow finagle the funds, I may be able to get them to rebuild me better, faster, and more breaking than before. But I doubt it. Where you at? This is in the lake. It makes sense. It makes sense canonically. He did drown in that lake. He's going to want to be in that lake. Jason likes the water. Now, does Jason own a home? Legally speaking, he doesn't own Camp Crystal Lake. But by virtue of his several murders, it can be considered his home. Squatter's rights, perhaps. But where does he live? Now, on Friday the 13th Part 2, he lives in a shack in the deep of the woods. A shack constructed of refuse, it appears. It does include a toilet, which is very interesting. Because it begs the question, does Jason canonically need to pee or poop? Does Jason have the anatomical need to expunge waste from his body like a normal human, or has Jason merely picked up the idea of a toilet and he's included in his shack for a sense of normalcy? Is the new one where he lives in the tunnels? Yes, it is. And I love that movie. I think it's great. I wish they would have continued. I will rate that. A lot of people didn't like it. At the very least, you got to admit it was better than the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which is a shame, right? Because the guy that got to play Freddy, even though everyone wants, Robert Englund, but the guy can't do it forever. The guy that got to play Freddy, I can't remember the actor's name, but he's the guy who played Rorschach in Watchmen, right? And I thought, like, performance-wise, it was pretty good. Just plot-wise, it wasn't that great. It was kind of all over the place. I didn't care for it. But the Friday the 13th remake, I loved. I wish they'd continue it. I believe that they are not. It's not likely they're going to make more because the writers are. I don't know, one writer or two writers. There's some legal disputes between the writers and whoever owns the rights to it. I think, someone's claiming it was stolen, or that they had the rights and never signed them off, and that they're owed back pay and stuff. That's the reason why that the Friday the 13th game from, I was gonna say a couple, but many years ago now, the what do you call those games? Asymmetrical multiplayer games. Is that what you call it? Like Dead by Daylight. It was like a Dead by Daylight with Jason Voorhees in it, exclusively about like Jason Voorhees hunting people. It looked really cool. I backed Kickstarter. I never got a chance to play it because I had money but no time, and that got shut down and they couldn't do anything else with it, and it's basically dead because of legal disputes over the rights for Friday the 13th. Yes. Well, I'm glad you like the new one. I enjoyed it. I like Jason rolling through the through that. See, that people complain, oh, that's just too weird. Like, look, there is a movie where Jason fights a girl with psychic powers, and she uses her psychic powers to bring her dead father wholly intact and capable of speaking out of the lake. Now, did she just manifest him like some sort of, psychokinetic plasma? Or was that actually him having been psychically kept in cryogenic stasis below the surface of the lake all that time? And if it was, why is he in prison there? Probably not. It was probably just a phantasm, if you will. But it also included Corey Feldman psyching Jason out by shaving his head. Of course, in the second one, Jason lives in a shack in the woods. But more ridiculous things have happened than, this guy dug a bunch of tunnels. How else does he get around? All right, I have to go left here to the lake house. The lake house is awful because there's no way to run him out of there. You gotta make the trip. And now I gotta face Super Punchout. I don't want to. I have to get in there. Yo. I always gotta check the direction because the lakes look the same on both sides. So every time I go into the lake, I'm like, I don't know which way I'm supposed to go. And I end up going, because you could just go the opposite way. I believe it'll get you there. It's just a longer route because you're rowing, completely circling around the lake. All right. You can get there. Oh! No time for jabber. He's killed me. Oh, man, I'm losing it. Oh, man, I can't even get one hit in here. Oh, I got one. Oh, dang it. Oh, no. Mark in his funky sweater. Oh, this is exactly what I was talking about. I wasn't holding down. Was it me or was it that? Well, Chrissy's time to shine. It's Machete. That's the best I can do. That's the best I want to deal with now is Machete time. Which I could get just by killing a bunch of zombies. I'm not going into that cave and risking just absolutely getting blasted to hell by Mrs. Voorhees. Or it's just game over, honestly, because, like, that lake house is... I don't want to go. I don't like the lake. And I haven't played Chrissy that much, so she's not that close to the Machete. I don't think. You'd be surprised. It's deceptive. I don't even know if I'm going to make it there before the children are dead. Probably not. They will probably... Well, I could. There's a chance. If all the kids die, it's game over. But I mean, it's not gonna matter because, like, I don't think I can possibly beat him at this point. You know where it all fell apart? When I sacrificed. Who did I sacrifice? Was it Debbie? Did I sacrifice Debbie straight out? See, that's the problem. I offered Debbie up, and that has turned out to be a mistake. If I had Debbie now, I could win this. I don't know how. Debbie wouldn't do it. No, come on. It's too quick. Oh, juking him. Oh! Dang it. I'm getting hit with it. It's not, see, the sliding to the left. It wasn't registering that down hit. It's just getting me killed. Yes, let's all go to the blood house. The blood house on the lake. Let's all check out the blood house. What's where the blood is? This is where they bottle all that jarred blood you've been drinking all game. In the blood house on the lake. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. If you can get it right when he's in the corner, right as soon as Jason hits the corner. Oh, I couldn't. If you can get the dodge in as soon as Jason hits the corner, at least on day 3 when you're sure he's gonna speed back. You have to be quick. You have to dodge them both. But if you mess up the D-pad at all, right, it's gonna be it. All right. Well, let's try one. That's number 1. But that's not it. What is it? 10:51. I can give it at least one more try. Pardon me. I can give it at least one more go before I wrap it up. Because if it takes, as long as it takes less time than it took me to get here. But I don't think I'm going to make it till midnight. I only got an hour left before midnight. I'm not going to make, it's not going to be another year of not beating Friday the 13th. Well, you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do after this? I'm going to take the exact same thumbnail that I used for this, and I'm going to go find on the calendar when the next Friday the 13th is in 2024, and I'm going to schedule a waiting room for Friday the 13th in 2024. so that I cannot avoid. And even though, like, I have to set a waiting room for something sooner than that because that's a long way off and that's plenty of time for me to avoid, I have to create some kind of deadline for myself in order to just like actually get something done. I think I will be back on Tuesday to stream something. Stream something on Tuesday. I think I'm gonna stream or at least start. I'm looking for. I think the lighter you have to kill a certain number of enemies. 2 or 3 enemies. Get that lighter and I can start lighting the fires here. There we go. Get him. Oh, there's a knife. I'll take that knife. Oh, there's Jason. He's right there. Is somebody else in that house? Could be, maybe. Debbie. Oh no. Oh no. Poor Debbie. When she's got a chance, let's be fair, she has a chance now, right? Debbie's got a chance. You know, I'm serious. Debbie's gonna make it. I'm gonna make it with Debbie. I'm gonna put my big boy pants on and get serious now. Oh, actually, no, she won't be fighting him inside the house. She'll be battling him on the streets potentially. Or just walk back in the house. That's what he seems to do. He just goes right back inside. He walks out the back, comes back in. Like a cat you're trying to chase out. I think, but I can do this. You can do this, Debbie. Maybe not. To be fair, that's not on Debbie. That's on me. Oh, she did it. Way to go, Debbie. Debbie. Come, Debbie. She made it. Fantastic. Back to Mark. Always to Mark. I don't know if it is to my detriment that I focus so much on Mark. I can focus on those potions. Where's that potion map? In the cave, right? Like right inside the cave too. You can get that. There's one around the lake here. All right, I'm gonna go. Oh Lord! So this is the odd thing, right? So I just ran into him, right? And theoretically, when you encounter Jason out on the road, you could just keep going right, and you'll encounter him, you know, you can encounter him a couple more times, right? But because going right is counterclockwise on the map, and in all areas of the map, he travels counterclockwise, so I'm told. But, as I understand it, in this area alone, instead of traveling right, which is counterclockwise, he travels clockwise, which you'd have to go left. But he still comes on the right side of the screen, right? And he booked it all the way over to the lake house? All the way to the lake house. I'm gonna light this fire. Those lake kids, you know, I don't think there's a point where there's just like stops being children inside of a house, right? There should. Paul. Oh. I hate the fact that Paul is so bad. There's Chrissy. I can send Chrissy now. Increase my chances. I hate the fact that Paul is extremely slow. And I think he has a very poor jump. But he's extremely slow. And I hate the fact that he's so bad because, like, I mean, this is from the 80s, but, you know, what kind of message is that sending? one of these kids is not like the other, and they're noticeably worse than everybody else. It was made by the Japanese, though, and you can take that to mean whatever you want it to mean. Sure would like a knife, but I will. Is there a knife near me? I'm risking those children's lives. And a key. I'm risking those children's lives so I can get this knife. And go back and get on the lake. That way, I can just dish out like a little bit more damage. Just a touch. Always got to check. It doesn't matter how many times I come in that lake. As soon as it's like when you walk through a door and you forget why you came into the room, and also, you know, that you haven't filed taxes in 25 years. You know how that goes. You walk in a room and you just forget all that important stuff. Like every time I get in that lake, I forget which direction I came in from and where I need to go. Whoa! Come on, Jason. See, I'm dodging too slow there. I'm dodging too late. I should learn. You can't watch him. You can't watch for the fist. You gotta watch the feet. You gotta calculate his position in the room, not where his fists are. You gotta be ducking out of the way before he is even in front of you. Just so you know, he punches where you were like 30 seconds ago, and you just casually slide back past his fist. Give it a little gentle as you brace past the knuckles and stick him with a knife. Anyway, now I gotta leave the lake. There's a lot in this game that you could say like, oh man, this is bad, but like, I gotta say like the lake house is there's some of the kind of obtuseness of the game, the things that it does not communicate well, right? And I don't know if that was just like badly handled, like manual translations back in the day or what. There's just a lot of things that are not clear, but once you get them, like the stuff makes sense, right? And so I can live with all of that. I actually enjoy that. It's a fun game. Except for that lake. I hate the lake. But I can't say that it's like mechanically bad or bad game design. I just don't like it. I just personally don't like it because like there's no way to, like, nobody's on the lake house. So you can get someone who's close to the lake and row them around there. But you got to row through the boat, and getting on the boat. I heard something. Sorry, I think the night cleaners are poking in. Or I'm haunted. I just heard something that sounded like pss, pss, pss. I was like, what? You know, it's funny. Like, when you wear like headphones a lot, like I don't have headphones on right now, but this happens to me a lot where I'm wearing headphones and I'm listening to something and I will hear a sound in a video that is like motion. Yeah, I have like, you know, pretty beefy headphones. Like noise canceling headphones. So if like a book fell off a shelf in my room, I wouldn't hear it. I wouldn't hear it at all. I wouldn't hear any of that. But I'm watching a video, and I somewhere inside I know that, but I'm watching a video and some sound like that rolls out, and I'm like freaking out. I just throw the headphones off, like, oh, what's happening? Like, it's entirely within the video. It's entirely within. It just sounded so real. I think it may have just happened. I may have just like nose breathed into the microphone, and it sounded like somebody hovering over my shoulder, pss-ing me. I keep looking back. It's solid. It's solid behind me. Like nothing could possibly be there, but I'm just freaked out. Okay, I can change to Mark. And I haven't... did I let these? Well, let's go right. And light. Right, I said. Yikes. Give me that juice. I think there's just one in there. All right. Yo. Get you. If he's at that lake. All right, he's not at the lake. Okay, I'm going to light this fire. Oh, the juice. No, landed right on that. I'm going to light this fire and then book it over to the next house. This way. There we go. And then go to the next small house so I can be transported magically by jumping my soul into the body of another counselor. Sort of like Jason does, and Jason Goes to Hell. Oh no, he came for Debbie. Debbie faced him, won, and he's back for more. Debbie is fated to die. You come on, Debbie. Now, if I walk outside... Oh, I can't make it. Forget it. Oh, too soon. I'm on like day 2 timing there. Debbie can do this. Hiya! You see that? Like that's what I was talking about. You time it just right, even though it looks like you should be getting hit because the axe is technically in your face. If you time it right, you have to dodge like way before the attack comes. Especially like when he speeds up, like the double punches. Like if you wait for the first punch, you may dodge the first punch. You're gonna eat that second punch. You win for now. I'm gonna take W out. I'm just gonna chase him down. I am not going to take that potion, Deborah. Nor that one. I will remember the location of those. She can make it. She can make it. Even though it's only doing like a little bit of damage. She can make it. And you know what? George is just as good. Let's thin it out. Whoa, that was weird. Music got a little odd there. Something's happening here. What's going on? I don't know what that was. Sort of the music like doubled up. George, I'm inside the house, but if I switch to George while I'm inside the house and walk outside the house, if I can escape the house. No, he's still in the house. I'm not even sure if that actually works. I think it worked one time. Whoa. Oh. He's faking me out. There. Get out of here. I'm chipping him down. Get little bits and pieces. Making progress. Now I gotta go to the left. And remember the area down at the bottom of the lake where some potions were. Go down there and harvest those. All right. Eventually, one of these has a note. Hell if I can remember. All right, to the right. Let's go. Keep on the trail. I've lost a lot of time, and it's already nighttime out. Oh, there's a key. I would like that key. I think I already got the potion over here. Yes. Yes, so I need to head out. Out on the town. Get. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know why bother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the only reason to sit there and kill them is if you can't just evade them. Or if you're trying to get the machete. Otherwise, it's just kind of like, you're just a waste to sit there and whack on them. Okay, and then I get the one all the way on the right. Yo! Yo! Yeah, I'm gonna skip the lake right now. Leave that knife. I'm pretty sure if I pick up that stuff, then no one else can get it. But I was around here. There's a potion. Where are you? I was in the lake house. I'm just totally shocked. I'm amazed. I'm gonna light this fire. Because I'm here. Oh, there's a potion. Sitting pretty on those potions. 4 is not going to be enough for me. For other people, perhaps. More skilled combatants. But I, reliant on the juice. Required. I may have messed something up with that. Don't know. Yeah, let's get in there. Oh! Oh, come on. I hate that so much. That is like, you know, I griped about, you know, just the lake getting in here, and that's a lot of why I hate, because when Jason attacks you on the street, like, you can fight back. You may be able to dodge it. Not a lot of it, but you can fight back. But I've been on the lake, times I played this, where he's just like, bam, 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 like he zips through, then zips through again, then zips through again, and he just chews through someone's entire health bar trying to traverse that lake. Awful. That is the only part of it that I'm like, that's just bad game design. That's not like a challenge thing. That's, you just can't evade anything with that. Yeah, you Jason. All right. No fireplace in here. Right? Right. Just my eyes just glazed onto the, what do you call it? The geometry. I'm gonna go this way. I can just, loop back around. Come on. Get me out of here. All right. And what's in this neck of the woods? Knife, key. There's a potion. Potentially up top. It's right there. Get that potion. Yo. Debbie again. Jason craves the blood of Debbie. This is the 3rd time he's attacked Debbie. Either she's just always at the wrong place at the wrong time, or Jason has, like, he's got a taste for Debbie now. So just to go back to something that I haven't gotten out of my noodle yet, one of my earlier statements. Do you think Jason does Jason produce bodily waste? Like, does Jason have a gut full of microbiotic life, right? Is he pooping? And I don't know what. Does he eat? Does he eat? Does he drink? Does he just absorb things through his flesh? And also, at what point does this movie take place? Because at one point, he definitely becomes a zombie, but it's questionable if he was a zombie before then. In part 2, I don't know that he was a zombie. They say he drowned in the lake, but maybe he didn't actually die, and he was just a dude. Although, why his mother just did it beyond oozing wounds and stuff? Yeah, I don't think that doesn't count. That doesn't count. I don't think. Discharge is not the same thing as excrement. There's a subtle difference. Whoa! Whoa! I got greedy. Here I am fighting like I got that gamer sweater. His food is mostly sensation, teenage hanky panky. I don't think there's a lot of nutritional value in that. I gotta be honest. Like, I don't think Jason's getting like a proper meal. Here he is. He's gonna eat up all of my potions. Oh, well, that just... I still got 2. That took 3 potions just to get through that. I did like that cabin. I didn't like the other cabins because I was distracted by Jason. Oh. I think this run is over for Mark. I think he's gonna make it. Laura's in trouble. Let's go. No, I was trying to get fancy and escape. For now. So ominous. Go back to Mark because he was at least the one who's lighting all of the campfires. I don't know if it matters if you switch off to somebody else. Oh. Yeah, I'll loop down around this way. Yo! Oh, man. I think I'm gonna have to, like... Y'all got any more of them potions? I think I'm going to have to, oh, God. No, I'm trapped here. Oh, there's wolves. Oh my God, no. I'm just trying to get on the lake. That's all I want to do here. I'm trying to get to the lake. Are you kidding me? Debbie. Poor little Debbie. Fighting for her life out here. Whoa! I get greedy. I get greedy when he swings in. And I know he's going to come back or he's going to hit with that double punch. But I get greedy. I think I'm going to get one more. leading Debbie down to her destruction. I'm not intending to kill Debbie this time. I swear it. Just Jason just keeps coming for her. Oh my god. I just keep landing right on. There's another potion. It seems like a waste. I just keep landing on these zombies. Yeah, I don't think it's the norm thing, but there's like one of the techniques. There we go. I was just gonna say, like, there's one of the techniques. Going to the cabin near the cave. Okay. I don't know why. I guess maybe I will. I don't know which cabin. Just gonna keep on keeping on. Ah, dang it. Didn't mean to go back in there. Keep landing on these zombies, trying to evade them. Uh-oh. No. I'm sorry, children. I'm desperately trying to light a fire here. As pointless as it may be, since I'm already so injured. I do have one potion, but I've burned through most of the potions in the game here. I better go. Nope, not there. If I go to the lake, I'm probably going to die before I get the boat over there. Because sometimes they just go up and down. Most of the time they just go up and down, right? But sometimes they have like a forward trajectory. Oh, I risked it and I shouldn't have. Oh. Come on. I've barely done any damage. This is a bad run. This is just like going downhill from the start. Maybe it's because I peed. Anyway, that's the problem. I should have kept it bottled up, and that would have motivated me to not die. I think there's somebody else in that house. Oh, machete at least. Yeah. At least they got the machete. It does a little bit more damage. 2 more houses. I knew it wasn't, but I had to check. Is it compulsion? Oh, come on. Relentless. All right, George, how you doing? It's not great. All right, well, I was going to pass the torch, the machete torch, but I'm not going to do that now. Whoa. Whoa. I every time, man. So now I'm doing some damage. It's not good. It's not the worst. Where is... Chrissy's not bad. Oh, she's right next door. Oh. I'm going to go pass this to Chrissy, who I think has a better chance of weathering some attacks. And I think we could just get through, possibly get through one day. It's George. Where are you going? Why is she leaving the house? That sounded so... I don't know what. Can't keep track of them. Oh no. Almost picked up that knife. All right. Let's pass. Let's change. And let's go. Just got a little bit more health. No potions. Don't jump into a knife. Come on. I've got pretty much no chance. Debbie again. My God. Jason has just been relentlessly hunting Debbie this whole game. I got him pretty low. I think it's possible the next time I encounter him in a house, he may not leave. Which, for day one, is not bad. Oh, this is what I was banking on. Nice of them to leave. I will say that. There he is. See, this is a thing you can do. If you can get it locked down, you can chase him, and you can find him in a house before it tells you he's in the house, which is handy. Here we go. Oh, I think he's gonna stick it out. We can finish it. We're smart. Play it safe. Oh, one more hit. Oh, yeah. With the machete. So that's when I first started actually figuring out the game, like reading up on it, watching videos and finding, like, look at a walkthrough, look at some apps, like what's going on? How does this work? Actually, when I started playing it on the Friday the 13th, it started my tradition. And I actually tried to look into it to actually get closer to beating it. The strat I used for like 2 2 or 3 Fridays in a row was just to go around whacking zombies to get the machete. Like, I didn't even bother with the torch. I just went around killing zombies and chasing them down. It's it's a technique that always reminds me of what was the zombies? There's like a zombies board game, maybe Twilight Creations, and I don't know if they're still around. Well, it was just called Zombies with 3 exclamation points. It had several expansions. I don't know if anybody ever played that. That's going back a ways. It looks like they're still making it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, I could go on here. I can't be looking at this right now. I don't know if they're still doing it, but I don't know if anybody ever played the Zombies board game where you had like a deck of square tiles that was the map, and you went through the map of the city, and you could draw cards, and some of the cards would be like, oh, skateboard, it's a weapon, but you have to go to the skate shop in order to pick up the skateboard by playing the card, right? And so people would play this because the 2 ways you could win were you kill, I think it was like 25 zombies, kill 25 zombies, or get to the helipad. And the helipad was like the last card in the deck, right? So it would be pretty far out. And anytime you died, you would lose half rounded up of your zombies. Half rounded up of your zombies would be gone. And so most people would like amble around and try to play the card as they're dealt, right? And they try to get they would try to get like the different things they pick up from the cards. Where is, I know I went with Mark because Chrissy is the one who has the machete now. So they would try to like play the cards that they had, right? And go to like the skate shop and get the skateboard and then complain that the skateboard wasn't really that cool. So they'd go through all that and try and build up the cards and die and then have to go back to start and go through all of that. But it seemed like, well, this is how you engage with this game, right? This is the fun of the game, is like, you know, traversing. Oh, the liquor store showed up. I can go get a Molotov from that because I have a card. And you avoided fighting zombies. And there are a lot of cards that were like, oh, I just walked right into that. There are a lot of cards that were like, make 5 zombies get closer to another player. Although the way it was worded was make 5 zombies get closer to a player, right? And so my brother, who is not a person who plays a lot of games, right? He's the cool guy. He came over and started playing this game with us. And he immediately looked at it and was just like, well, that's dumb. I'm just going to kill zombies. And we're all like, no, that's not, like, you're not going to win the game that way. Right? We're like, whatever, you know, you can play however he likes. And we all just thought he was kind of crazy, right? Because he would die, you know. You can only, you're just rolling the dice and like you stack bullets on it, right? That's how the game works. You have little bullet tokens. And chances are that you're gonna die more often than not, right? But you lose half those zombies. Pick me out. Oh, this is the worst. When he like switches back and forth between slow and fast, he was really giving it to me, really giving me the business. So he just kept playing like that, and he dies several times and lose the zombies. No one's really paying attention. All of a sudden, he wins, and then every time we played, he would win. He would win with this strategy where he would just ignore everything. Anytime there was a card that let you put zombies on the board, he would play it on himself and put the zombies on himself. He would do everything to bring more zombies to himself, and everyone else was scrambling around trying to get to the helipad, and he just ignored all of that right? And someone would play a card and move 5 zombies away from you, and they'd move these zombies away, and my brother would roll in straight into that pack. And it was just like, wow, like we really misunderstood, like really misunderstood what was really going on in the game. I don't think a lot of us didn't really enjoy it after that, because it just felt like all of this stuff is like totally extraneous. Like every piece of this is extraneous. It all seems just like meaningless. It really sucked the fun out of it. I hate to say. Oh, he wants to dance. He wants to dance with somebody. Oh, and he went right inside here. Chris is doing rough. Let's pass this off to Paul. He can actually accomplish something, because I don't think his slowness will impact him here. Oh, Paul getting it done, doing the business. Yeah, but sometimes you find that with games where like everyone's. You find that a lot, I think, with like a game like Elden Ring, or any games where there's like a meta, right? Because people will go into it and you'll be playing the game and it's like, oh, this is a fun game, and like you know, you get this weapon and you do this stuff. Like I take this sword and I go stab at these people. And then you watch someone else will play and the meta becomes like, oh no, throw all the swords away. Don't use any swords. Actually, the real best weapon in the game is the shield. And you just do this infinite shield glitch. And like, you're doing it totally wrong if you're trying to engage with it in the level that it presents itself. I'm not trying to sound like snarky about that. I'm just saying like that, you know, you can look at stuff like that and think, well, obviously, like this is kind of a subversion of how this stuff is supposed to work, and it's not really that the designers were like, no, you should just be throwing rocks all the time, forget all the other stuff, just throw rocks, just fill your inventory with barrels and throw them at people. Like, that is a fun thing you can do, that maybe they didn't consider that people would only do that, or how much better it was than everything else. But when people say like, oh, you should get rid of that, like they speak with this undeserved authority that like, this is how the game is supposed to be played. Like, well, you just play it however you like. But there's times where that can become really really kind of toxic, right? Because then, like, you know, everyone gets chased out of the fandom for something because they don't feel like they're engaging in it the right way, because, you know, these people said that I'm playing the game wrong. Anyway, that's how I felt. Nobody ever said that to me, but that is how I felt when I was like, oh, I'm just going to step in, you know, murder 100 zombies until I get a machete. And then everything I saw was like, use this technique immediately to get torches. The torch is the only weapon in the game you should ever worry about. Like, oh. I won't argue that it, like, does good damage. And if you know what you're doing, it can be quicker to get the torch than the machete. Look, I just got a second machete with my machete. And I didn't want to go into this. Who's in this house? It's Paul. He's following these people. I don't know how Paul got all the way over here. I don't know if this is Jason has a thirst for Paul's blood, right? Or if Paul has a thirst for Jason. So what I'm saying is, I don't know if this is Jason following and hunting Paul, or if this isn't Paul stalking. Oh God, Jason. I know he's gonna die. All right. You win for now. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna keep Paul and I'm trying to find Mark and pass it off to him. But Paul is very not good. But survivability. Uh-oh. His survivability has gone up. So that jump's not bad. He's just he's so slow. His survivability is better because he has this machete. He might actually stand a chance with the machete because he is just so miserably slow. Laura, yeah, I will pass this. Nope. Wrong button. I'm just like passing it all over the place. I'm just leaving a string of dead camp counselors in my wake. I'm like, here, take this knife, just in case that person. Look at that. Here, take this knife. Don't worry about all the blood on it. Only some of it is mine. I feel like giving people this machete is like ensuring that they will encounter Jason. Because like as soon as I hand it off, it's like, here's Jason. And then they show back up at the cabin later. It's like the worst kind of like relay race or like baton pass. What? Like you hand off the baton and it's like, how did I walk right past the house? Because I was talking, that's how. Oh, there's Paul again. There's Paul. So who's after who? Who's like the worst baton pass? Like, here's a machete. Also, you're going to be stabbed as part of this race. And everyone's down there like real excited, you know. They're excited the same way that George is excited here, right? And George is just super psyched to be part of this baton race. And then Paul shows up with all kinds of stab wounds, blood gushing everywhere. Here, take this knife. Would he still be that excited? Yes, because George is an idiot. Canonically. It says so in the manual. Don't look it up. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh, got him. You win for now. You know, honestly, if I can keep him in this area, I'm going to try going left. Oh, it worked. Because even though I'm taking a lot of hits off of that. Oh, get out of here. Crazy, you kidding me, bird? If I can just dole out some damage, like you can get a lot of hits real quick outside. If I can keep on his tail, I have a better chance. All the way on the friggin' lake house? Can she survive getting over there? I want to take a lot of damage getting over there. Maybe I can pass this off to somebody who's doing a little bit better health-wise as I get closer. If I can make it over there. She's not like that slow. Alright, we'll just come across the next small house and see if someone else is in it. No! Don't want that knife. It's my own machete. Somebody's down here, And it's either Chrissy or Debbie. Nope, nobody? Usually there is. Well, you've made me look like a fool. Video game. How dare you? Oh! Nobody's home. I guess I'll just gun it with Debbie. I mean, getting that... See, I just got a machete right then. I was just going to say, I guess getting a machete isn't that bad if I just get out there and put the work into it. Oh, no, birds. See, the thing with the birds is if you don't get them right, they'll drop under your... Oh, man. Weak sauce. Just couldn't get there in time. See, this is the thing. Oh, dang it. Oh. So the birds, if you don't angle it all right, they'll either fly over your weapon or under your weapon. And either way, they'll still hit you. 1, 2, the third house. But like, to have health this low, partway through the second day, means that it's very unlikely I could get through the third day at all. Not so much even health, just like the children, right? Not a lot of children left. Well, it's Debbie. All right, Debbie. Batter up. Here, take this knife. You might get stabbed a little. Whoa. Oh, too soon. But I did get him. Just chipping away, doing like a little bits of damage. The danger is, like, if you get stuck with the slow character, you just can't make it in time. I mean, if I keep following this route, I may encounter him. He seems a lot less likely to leave the lake. You know, it seems more likely when this stuff happens, like he's just going to keep circling the lake and then go back into the blood house in the middle of the lake. Oh, he proved me wrong. Well, let's see how quickly I can get down there. Ooh, got him. 1, 2, the third house. Oh, birds. Relentless nighttime hordes. I wonder if these people ever worked as janitorial staff. Because they remind me a lot of the people I got working for me. Well, they don't work for me anymore. Technically, I work for them, kind of. Whoa! Whoa. Oh, Debbie's gonna die. Oh, Debbie lived. Whew. I was choking there. Yeah, Paul's not doing great either. I was like, I gave you the knife. You can't give me the knife. Well, he should be going this way. I'm gonna lose the machete. Swear Jason's gonna go to the lake house. Yeah, see. What's funny is once you have the machete, it's easy to get the machete. But the same thing's true of better weapons like the torch or the pitchfork. Once you have those, you're pretty much guaranteed to get that. And you don't want it then. But overall, it's not bad. Like, I can fire multiples out. It's not like the torch where you can only have the one. So you can just spam these out there. It just doesn't do as much damage as the torch. But for like these goons, it doesn't matter. Oh. Looking for anyone I can pass this off to. Or possibly Jason inside a house, even though he would assuredly kill me. I don't even know. I gotta get in a small house to even see who is left. But it's kind of... This is one area I get confused about. Oh, it's Mark. I've been looking for Mark. I always get confused because I will look at the map through this, right? And see like, oh, George is there. And I'll go to that house and George is not there. Or I will walk into this house as George and then go to this house and switch over to Paul and then come back to that house to look for George and George is not there. So the counselors like move and scoot around in a way I don't quite understand. So it can make it hard to follow. Because a couple of the guides that I have followed or looked at have said, park someone in the house in the upper left corner by the cave because Jason will come by there sooner or later. He'll come into that house. And then when he does, you can go out of the house, force him into the road, and then chase him down that way. I've never gotten that to work. Even if I put someone in that house, like they never stay in that house. It's back in the lake. Look, pal, just because you drown in this lake and everyone's got camp in this lake doesn't mean you gotta spend all your time in this lake. Why are these kids, like, are they the same children? They can't be the same children because the three houses there. Oh, you monster. But like, why wouldn't they leave? Why wouldn't the camp counselor be like, well, 10 out of 15 children have been brutally murdered in these 3 cabins on the lake. And at first they came for their first 5 kids, and we thought, I don't think we need to move the other 10. And then they came for another 5. Nah, we don't need to move the other 5. Those people should be fired. This is the kind of stuff that justifies Jason's rampage because these camp counselors are straight incompetent. Oop, misjudged that one. We're doing okay, you know, but that was a pretty merciful one. He never got into high speed mode. He'll just come for me in the lake. Did you see that? See that zombie bouncing backwards? They can't do that. That's cheating. You can't do that. You can't give them some kind of velocity. All right. Well, he either came this way. Well, in theory, he would have gone out the right side. In theory. And then looped back around and either to the outside skirt or to the forest, or he's still around here. I'm going to go left. Let's see if I can intercept him. Probably cannot. Oh, he looped around. Well, one way or the other, I kind of made the right decision. I'm coming. Debbie! Oh my gosh. She's so close to the edge. Keep it slow. Oh, too soon. I dodged too soon. Well, George, it looks like it's your time to shine. Oh, Lord. Oh no. Oh, no. Okay. Go left, right? No. Wait. Yes. You know, depending on how you play this game, you'll find yourself in this situation a lot. Because you don't want to play these guys because they're so terrible. At least I got a knife, right? So then you'll be left with the absolute worst characters, right? And then you're down to this stage, right? If the absolute worst characters, but you don't want to give up, and so you're stuck trundling around with George, who's very enthusiastic, but that's about all he's got going for him, you know. Uh-oh. If I'm lucky, he'll stay on the slow. I could just chisel him down piece by piece with this knife, because Jason's not going to stop now. He's at that stage where like his health is low enough where he won't stop fighting. Oh, man. Day two defeated. You still haven't defeated Jason, and he's even stronger. All right. Well, ironically, only Mark is dead. I don't know if that's ironically, but only Mark is dead. But Chrissy's alive. Chrissy's alive. Could at least get Chrissy enough. I don't know. I feel like even without all of the other, even without the potions, like this seemed like a bad run, but I have made it. Although, you know, there's only 5 kids left. Oh, God. Straight out the gates. Give me that knife. I'm gonna need it. Where did he go? I'm just phasing my brain out. Where did he go now? I mean, he came straight at me. Now it's just like a guessing game where he's going to show up while I kill every zombie I see in an effort to get that machete. Come on. Why is he being so quiet? Where is he going? Oh, there he is. Back in the lake house. I feel a lot better if I had the machete, but I gotta do a little bit of damage to get him out. It's just better with the machete. Just don't want to. There's no counter, so I can't say how close I am to getting a machete. I just have to take my chances here, because if the children die, then that's just game over. One last run. All right. 3 kids left. Oh man, I keep hitting that same issue. And it's like I don't want to be like, oh, the game is broken, you know, but it is frustrating. It's not the game. It's, you know, if anything, it is my controller that is an issue here. Oh, jeez. Did I go the wrong way? I must have gone the wrong way. I don't know why I picked Laura, because I thought she might not be as slow. Oh boy. His tolerance is really short on this. Like you gotta line it up just so. Oh geez. Here again. Debbie? There's one child? No. This is a you and your friends are dead situation now. It's fine, Debbie. You just keep your nose to the grindstone. Don't worry about that thing chasing after you. Don't worry about it. You just worry about moving at your own pace. You don't have to worry about these undead things chasing after you. They can't go faster than you. Oh my gosh. At least W's got a knife. Thank you. I want you to think about like the kids that are in here. Because, like, another counselor just showed up and got murdered in front of them, and then 2 more of them got murdered. Like, survival instincts, man. Leave. Get out of there. Take your chances in the open water. Do something. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh. There's no way. There's no way. There's one child. There's one child. I can't possibly do it. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's midnight anyway. It wouldn't even matter. Oh. Well, let's just play it out. All right. I'll go this way. This could be anywhere. Oh boy. This is what I was saying. Like I every time I play, I feel like I improve some quality. But whatever I gained or learned the last time is lost. So like understanding where things are and how to collect them or how to quickly get the weapons out. Understanding how to chase down Jason. I don't know if it was really there to begin with. Definitely not there now. Being able to dodge a lot of his attacks. I'm doing better. I'm doing better than I was. I feel more confident in it than I did before. I have to be ultra careful about where I am placing my digits on the controller. Or is the controller's too sensitive? I don't know. Most of them I'm making, so I feel pretty confident. Oh. 2 houses down. Yay. Stranger danger. I'm just gonna run it with Debbie because oh, okay, yeah, I just can't. No, yeah, be going the other way. It's like I want to see this through, but there's just no way. Not to be a Debbie Downer. Sorry, Debbie. Sorry, the late Debbie. Not to be a deceased Debbie Downer. Can't get much down than being in the ground. She's not seeing it. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, I'll say like the third day, definitely like 100% better to face them outside if you can. Just because, like, even if you nailed the timing down on this, it's like you're only getting one shot. I mean, ideally at this point you have a better weapon than a rock or a dagger or knife. Sorry, a dagger would be different, wouldn't it? I don't know what the distinction is between a knife and a dagger, if there is one. If you're a knife enthusiast, I apologize. But even at that, you know, this is so tedious. Like, you gotta to perfectly line it up in order to even get like a single shot in. And then that's the best you can do, right? Is like one shot. Oh, I should have at least tried to escape him that way. Get in there. Okay. And Paul's probably just gonna die from some random stuff on the road. He's just bad. His jumps aren't bad. Give him that anyway. So let's see if the wolves are around. Never engage much with the wolves. I don't know why. I had to go pick that up, and I feel like I'm just prolonging this man's suffering here. This will let him survive being mauled by wolves for slightly longer. In the lake. Of course he's in the lake. Of course he is. That's where he's always at. Where he always wants to be. And I am in not the good area. Oh my God. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my gosh. It is a race, not against time, against health. Will Paul make it there alive or die before he gets there, or will the kids die? I've got 2 potions. But he could take a couple hits. Oh, it's 1 down. Oh, that's 2 down. Oh, that's the end. You and your friends are dead. Game over. Well, all right. Let's play a little bit of music. Music's pretty low, hopefully low enough that anybody's still here. I think I can't see the numbers. All right, well, that was, yet another Friday the 13th, or the first one, since I didn't archive any of the other ones. So technically speaking, this is the first one. Hopefully, before I give myself a deadline to come back to do this again, I can actually sit down and calmly and not horribly, rushedly, panically wrap up some of the stuff I want to finish up before the next time, and fix some of the things. I was getting everything set up, and like one of the last things I checked, which was not long before everything started, was the microphone and camera, and then there was a problem with the camera, and it's like, oh no, that's the whole thing. Like, this has to work. Like, why isn't this working? And at one point something came up that implied, it needed me to buy something, and I was pretty sure I bought it a year ago. Like, I can't even remember if I bought this or not. But I got it working. Like literally 5 minutes before I hit go live. So there's that. I'm just an old guy looking to have some fun. And I've been having a lot of fun messing around with everything on the background of this. And now it's time to have some fun playing some video games and streaming. And I may be rough, unpolished, may say a lot. My model may not be all the way there. Like what you're seeing on the screen may not be tremendous, but you have to start somewhere. And I have avoided starting for so long. And I mean, nothing ever gets better if you don't start. If you want to get to the good stuff, you got to dig through a pile of crap. And that's I'm digging through. I hope it doesn't come across as all crap, or that I'm just like, I hate everything that I'm making. It's garbage. I could just see room for improvement. But to get there, you gotta start with the weak stuff. And unless you're very, very talented, you don't just start out being great at everything. So that is what I am about. I'm trying to have some fun and enjoyed making this stuff and streaming and hanging out and gradually improve things. So hopefully some of you who watch this, anyone who's still around, enjoyed this. I will try not to play games that I just die at repeatedly and they have a little bit more going on with them. I was going to do Sweet Home next. I think I'm going to do Clock Tower possibly instead. It's a pretty quick game. If you just play through it once, I might try and go through and get a bunch of different endings on that. I don't know if you'll like that any better. I don't want to badmouth a game like Sweet Home or Clock Tower because I really like both of those games. The little bit of Sweet Home that I have played Clock Tower. I've gotten 1 or 2 innings in Clock Tower at some point in the past, but I've only played a little bit of Sweet Home. But I liked what I saw, and I wanted to check out more. I still am very, very interested in it. So I don't want to badmouth any of them, or give this implication that those are throwaway games, right? Because I was gonna say, I'm playing the games that I think might interest less people at the start. That sounds, see, there's no way around it. I'm playing the games that I don't think people are going to want to stick around and watch as much, right? And some people might, but I'm playing a lot of games that I probably, if someone's looking through YouTube and sees, oh, somebody's playing the original Clock Tower, oh, somebody's playing Sweet Home, they're probably not going to jump on that as much. And that just means a little bit less pressure for me while I start the stream and realize that my transitions aren't matted properly. They don't have the correct alpha, and they don't actually transition. They just kind of sit there like a dead frog on the screen, covering everything. So they kind of don't do the one thing that they're intended to do because I didn't check a box on something and don't have an hour to redo it. So hopefully I don't, hopefully I don't run into that again. I'm sure I will repeatedly until I get things more stabilized. Anyway, I'm rambling on about this stuff now. I just want to say thanks a lot for coming around and checking this out, and I will see you next time. Most of the communication on when I stream again, when I set stuff up, is the community messages on my channel. So keep an eye out for that. If you're subscribed, you'll get notifications, hopefully. Otherwise, just, check back sometimes. Cool. All right. Well, this is Jum Jumington, former CEO of Jumington Dynamics, signing out.